Justin Pottinger in for Tyler Aki today. What do you got for us, JP?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing well. How about you today?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
How's that Roto Chicken doing?
Feeling
good?
What? Yeah, I feel fine.
No after effects?
No,
It was
24 hours after. I feel great.
We were joking around because all of a sudden yesterday, right around this time, probably 15 minutes earlier than this time yesterday, we were in a commercial break. The door opened and Justin Pottinger just blurted out, rotisserie chicken.
It was on my mind. And man with a plan. Grabbed that chicken. It was fantastic.
And it worked out well because you were getting ready for your...
Yeah.
You told me that somebody's making you dinner right now.
Yeah. My girlfriend's got dinner tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you having?
Some pasta dish.
Nice.
Not sure what it's going to be a surprise. But
Okay, pasta surprise.
Yeah.
All right. We call that hamburger helper.
Sounds scrumptious. All right. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
All right, guys. We got two paths we can go right now. We can talk a little.
You choose. This is your.
No. I want you guys to choose here. We can go a little quarterback talk,
Sure,
or we can do a
let's
little
go quarterback.
poop etiquette. Which one?
Do you even need to ask? I'm going quarterback talk.
You know what? I'm going to vote for poop etiquette.
Let's go there because this just happened to me 5 minutes ago in the stall. All right.
You're starting off with this?
No,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I want to know if this happens all the time. Is knocking on the stall okay? Is that what you do?
It's not what I do.
Kevbo says that's what he does. Because that happened to me. And I'm like, when does someone knock on the stall? Like, can't you just
So
see I'm
when
in there?
somebody knocked on the stall, did you say, hey, what's up? What'd you say? What was your response?
I'm like, someone's using this right now. Come back in
so you
5
want to
minutes.
know what etiquette is? I guess like the only other thing you could do is like squat down and check to see if there's some feet
Right?
dangling.
No, like that's what I do.
You might see something you don't want to see though. If you're peeking into stalls.
Not peeking, but
Not
you can see
peeking.
the
You're
legs.
looking below to see if somebody's
shoes?
in there. Otherwise, I think a knock is fine.
Yeah,
It's
listen.
better than barging in.
Like, yeah, I guess.
I think you
but-
just need to be ready and prepared for an old occupido if you get a knock at the door.
You know, Carmen tells a story all the time.
I was just going here.
Upstairs in the bathroom upstairs. I walked in and didn't knock. I just, I figured if the door is open, then it's open. Like there's nobody in there.
Open for business.
So I walked in and pushed the door open, and Carmen was sitting right there reading. I think he was reading a paper, and I was like, "Whoa!" And he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I go, "I was going to use the bathroom, but obviously you're in here. Why don't you keep it locked?"
He wanted someone to open the door. That's what it sounds
Okay,
like.
I didn't say
in
that.
defense of Carm,
I did not say
in
that.
defense
That was
of Carm,
you,
this was
Potty.
what was this, 15 years ago, 10
this is
years
a
ago.
long time ago.
This was back when newspaper reading was
Yes.
something that was casual in the men's room.
There was nothing nefarious happening.
No
and I
doubt.
just was like, I didn't know why you didn't lock the door.
But in Carmen's
obviously
defense,
didn't lock the door.
famously, that was a latch that didn't lock. That's why you were able to walk right
okay.
through. I remember that part. That for a long time. That
I think
bathroom,
that scarred us both for a while.
it really did.
Though.
It did. It didn't stop Waddle from just barging through the door, but it did scar.
There was no barging. I just pushed the door open.
Yeah.
Like as you normally
There's an
would to
exit.
use a bathroom.
Aren't you glad,
if
Justin?
I put my hand on the door to
I'm
push it
very
open
glad
and it
that
was
didn't
locked, I
happen
would
to
have
me.
said, "Oh, okay, I'll use the next stall."
Much better someone knocks than you have to then uncomfortably just kind of like stare up,
I guess it could be worse.
like a deer in
Could have been
headlights.
worse.
Yeah, someone could have just opened the door on you, which is
Have you ever had anybody walk in on you accidentally?
No.
So there you
Okay.
go. See,
All right.
Carmen has.
you
Interesting.
should feel blessed that it was only a
All right.
knock.
Feeling blessed. All right. Okay. Well, I'm looking.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah. I'm looking at the NFC right here, and we've kind of been talking about our division all week, but I'm just looking at the NFC as a whole, and I kind of want to go through all the quarterbacks, and I want you guys to tell me if you would take Caleb Williams right now over this quarterback in the NFC. All right.
Okay, now let's. This is somewhat of a slippery slope for me, because this is different than if you had to win one game. Who would you take? You're talking about taking a quarterback, which would imply then
Moving
having
forward.
that quarterback as your guy.
Yes, on
for
the
years
Bears
to
right
come.
now.
Are we factoring in? Are we factoring
No,
in?
it's not
rookie-
who's better. It's not a who's better, because
Unless that's the game he wants to play, though, Waddle.
Yeah, like as of right now.
okay, but that game is if you had to win a game tomorrow, which quarterback would you take?
No, that's a different game. This is a who's better game. I don't know what that means, but who's better to you?
Because this is what I would say to you. I think Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback right now. But if you gave me the choice,
yes,
I would take Caleb because Matthew is in the twilight of his career.
This season. We'll stick with this season.
Who's better this season? Does that work for you? Or no?
For the remainder of this season?
Yes.
Okay.
Remainder of the season. All right. We'll start in the NFC South here, okay? We'll start with the Panthers. Can
you start with someone other than the Panthers? Because no one is going to say, give me some Andy
We'll skip
Dalton.
the Saints too. Buccaneers, all right? Baker Mayfield playing right now or Caleb Williams?
You looking at me?
I'm deferring to you.
Listen, he's playing awesome right now, but I think the upside, I would take Caleb.
The upside for this year, for the remaining.
Yes. For this year, I think I would take my chances with Caleb Williams. And I would too, but I do acknowledge how well Baker has played recently. The new Bud Light pitchman.
This would be more of, as I like to say, a vote for Caleb as opposed to a vote against Baker.
Agreed.
All right, this could be similar then with this team, with the Atlanta Falcons and Kirk Cousins.
I would take Cousins.
Interesting.
No, I agree with you. I'd take Cousins over Caleb for this season.
Like I know that this is the nature of the beast. I get it. I'm going to get people that will tweet me, that'll call. How in the world, Waddle, would you say you would take this? The parameters for this little quiz are that for the remainder of this season.
Just like I think Caleb Williams will get better as the season goes on.
I totally agree.
I think Kirk Cousins is going to get better the healthier he gets from
better than 508 yards.
Well, no, I just think him with the foot, once the Achilles, he gets back and starts feeling even more. The
Falcons are playing really good offensive football these days.
Yes, they have a lot of good skill position players. They've got a good offensive line. So, yeah, I would take Cousins over Caleb this year.
Moving to the NFC West, we can go the 49ers. Brock Purdy.
I would take Purdy at this point, too. I mean, there's a larger body of work.
Oh, it's tight, but I would go with Purdy as well.
All right, how about Geno Smith?
Geno or Caleb for
Geno's
the rest
playing
of the
great
year.
right now.
Geno has had a nice resurgence. I probably would go with Caleb, but it would be a tough choice.
Yeah.
And again, I feel it necessary every couple of questions to say, I'm thrilled with what the Bears have. But you're asking, Potsy, not about walking in on somebody in a toilet. You're asking now, if you had to win one game for the rest of the year, which quarterback are you going to have?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Caleb.
Sure. What about Kyler Murray?
I'll go with Caleb.
As would I.
Matthew Stafford.
I go with Stafford.
As would I.
All right. We'll move on.
I can't believe you actually uttered the words Kirk Cousins. You're going to have to go home and actually look in the mirror and ask yourself some tough questions.
Stop. You know how it is. Like, that's just for the season. And I've always told you that I like Kirk, but the problem is I don't want to pay Kirk. The money's not really a factor in this little game we're playing because it's only this year.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the East. Commanders. JD or Caleb?
I'll take Caleb.
Yeah. Caleb as well.
Jalen Hurts.
Caleb.
I'm taking Caleb. You know how I felt about Jalen.
We're aligned on Jalen Hurts. Not you're wowing it, but like anybody who listens knows that both Waddle and I are not. The Jalen Hurts situation for the Eagles, it's not as bad as Deshaun Watson because he plays a little bit better. No. But the reality is that Jalen Hurts, I don't know, man. I'm still as a passer.
Yeah.
How about Dak Prescott? Caleb's going to sweep this division then.
Yes, he is for me.
I would probably take Dak. And I understand. I've been one that has also said Dak is a regular season quarterback. The postseason has yet to get over the hurdle.
Yeah, all this has proved, though, is that I like as high as I was on Caleb Williams coming into this season, the last couple of weeks has just kind of reinvigorated my enthusiasm for him.
Absolutely.
So and
you know how I feel about watching him play against the Jags. And I tell you, as well as he played against Carolina, he left several plays on the field still, which is not unusual, especially for a young quarterback.
Yeah, no, to hear the way you broke down what you saw from him of the All-22 just reinforces my, how good I feel about where the Bears are at as an organization with him.
All right, and then we can all agree that Caleb over Daniel Jones, correct?
Yes.
All right, yeah, all right. So now we're moving on to our division. This is going to get a little tricky here. Jordan Love or Caleb?
Jordan. Dude threw for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
I think Caleb might do that for the Bears this year, despite the slow start. He's going over. I think if he's healthy, he's going over 4,000 pretty easily. The question is, will he get to 30 touchdowns? That I don't know.
And again, for any of the haters out there, I would just suggest to you the body of work. He won. What was that? He won a playoff game, and I believe they blew out the Cowboys, and didn't they almost beat the 49ers? Or they were
did.
in that game?
Remember, he had a bad interception.
What was that, Kev,
49ers.
that you were at?
For all the haters.
Oh, okay. But you could go the other way.
I think I would take Caleb over Jordan Love.
I'm shocked.
What about Jared Goff?
Totally shocked. I'm taking Goff.
Give me Caleb.
Interesting. Sam Darnold.
Caleb.
So that's a clean sweep for Meller in this
In the
division.
division.
As well.
I took Purdy and Cousins in the other divisions and Stafford. So those are the three I would take above
Now,
Caleb right
if you ask, let's quickly go through this again and ask the question going forward for the remainder of their careers. Who would you go with?
That list gets short.
I don't even need to, I could just, that's it. Give me Caleb over all of them in the NFC.
Is there anybody that you would think twice about? Like
Jordan Love and
Jordan
JD would probably be the only two, right?
No, I still want Caleb over Jordan Daniels. Love,
Jaden.
but I took Caleb over Love now. So if I'm taking him over Love now, I believe that the Bears have the best quarterback in the NFC going forward right now. That's how much I believe in Caleb Williams.
Not Spencer Rattler?
The AFC, no. The AFC obviously is a different animal. It's a different beast, but that's why. So, but again, I was all in on them drafting him. So just to see him progress and play well the last couple of weeks in the NFL just makes me more of a believer. That's why, listen, part of the reason why I had the Bears winning 12 games at the, when we did the wins, is because I truly think Caleb Williams is going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. I think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the league.
I could definitely ride with that. I'm usually somebody that prefers, especially when the party's this big a party, I'll arrive late, stay late versus arrive early and leave early.
Mm-hmm.
So before I get on that train, I need to see them do it against a better team.
Somebody has to be the first one to the party.
That's true. Usually that
party
person
doesn't start unless someone gets there.
That's true. Usually that person goes home early too. I'd prefer to get there a little bit late and stay there for as long as everybody, or stay longer than anybody.
Listen, I'll be the first one to the party, and if you need me to leave early, maybe I'll leave early.
Okay. What else you have?
Doesn't mean
Potsy?
I can't enjoy myself.
Of course. Nobody's telling you not to enjoy yourself.
No one's saying that. All right, yeah. Let's look at this divisional play coming up for the Bears.
I thought you were going to say this divisional playoff weekend.
No.
I was like, Jesus, we've only played 6 games.
No. So later in the year, we won't start divisional play until a couple of weeks. We saw the Vikings and the Packers play, the Lions and the Vikings play this week. I want to know what your division record will be for the Bears now that we've seen 6 weeks of football.
I'm going to stick with what I said at the start of the season, 3-3. Like, again, I know that projections are fun and predictions are fun. This is a really tough team for me to do that with because there's no track record with a lot of them.
I hear you. I think the Bears will go 4-2 in the division this year.
Wow.
I don't know if they'll steal 2 from the Packers or the Vikings. That where if you know,
I'm not confident. And again, maybe it's me showing up late to the party and staying late to the party. They haven't beaten the Green Bay Packers in 10 tries. It's a team that won a playoff game last year and pushed the 49ers to the limits. And they're better this year than they were last year. You may be 100% correct. I'm not dismissing your point. I'm just saying to you, I got to see it before I believe it.
And this for me is more a bet on the Bears as an entity, as a whole. I think the defense is really good. And so I think
they were really good last year and they got beat twice.
Yes, and the offense was not good last year. I think the offense is good this year. Speaking of which, you know what? Are we good, Justin? You got any more?
Yeah, no, we're good.
We haven't played it yet, and so maybe we should mention that
he just cut you off. Justin.
No. I'm saying, do you have more?
You know what he said? He said he took your list and kicked it to the curb.
Hey, we're good. We're up against it here.
Did you have anything else that was important?
No.
Okay.
All right. No more poop stories.